The problem with the SNP government and their rogue embassies around the world is getting worse. So, for those of you who don't know, for a while, especially under Nicola Sturgeon, the SNP decided, as the administration in Scotland decided to use taxpayers' money, mostly English taxpayers' money, to open up embassies around the world, as if SNP's administration is in an independent country and government. So they've been using our money to open up embassies around the world. We knew that, and this has been already a scandal. Not only there was no huge backlash in the mainstream media about it, they're actually continuing to build new ones and open new ones. Not sure why? Well, we know why. They want to divide the whole society that we have here and to pretend that, we are the representatives of all Scottish people. SNP represents the whole of Scotland, but it doesn't. Less than half people in Scotland support the SNP. So, what's going on now? Because we've got some new figures about the cost of these fake and rogue embassies. New figures have revealed that the government the SNP government has budgeted £8.9 million for their 9 international offices in 2023 to 2024. This is just a small chunk, obviously, including the newly opened one in Copenhagen in Denmark. This is slightly down on the spend compared to 22 to 23, which was £9.6 million, 0606, but it is still a massive increase from the previous year, which was £7.6 million. So, by the way, these are not the full figures. These are just the additional figures on top of everything else. This is why we have to talk about exactly what's going on, because we know that one of the most expensive fake embassies that they have, guess where they are? In Brussels and in London. They have international offices, embassies in London, and obviously in Brussels because they want to cozy up to the European Union. Now, these sites also have the highest number of staff members. A total of £2.4 million have been spent on staff in Belgium and £2.1 million spent on staff in London. Why do they need an embassy in London? You're not a separate country. It just makes no sense why the mainstream media are allowing these people to get away with misusing taxpayers' money. This is literally, you're stealing taxpayers' money without telling them exactly what you're up to. We've been talking about the Chinese Communist Party setting up secret police stations. Now you have the SNP setting up fake rogue embassies around the world. Now they also are going to be opening up a new embassy in Warsaw, in Poland. And they want us to think that everything is absolutely normal. This is just normal practice. We should be able to do it. Now, we're also going to have some updates later on the channel about Humza Yousaf's new radical plan when it comes to Scottish independence. That is also slightly worrying, what he's actually up to. It's going to make you kind of miss Nicola Sturgeon, let's just say. He's so bad that you want Nicola back, said no one. So, we've got the Scottish Conservatives, Donald Cameron, MSP, a member of Scottish Parliament, saying eyebrows will be raised among the public about the sheer scale of how much the SNP government are continuing to spend on these international offices. During a cost of living crisis, the SNP should be spending taxpayers' money on supporting people who need it most, rather than diverting it towards pushing their independence obsession at every turn. The SNP Green government should be focusing on Scotland's real priorities, such as fixing our NHS and strengthening our economy, not increasing the money spent on these offices. So, obviously Cameron is right, but I just can't take anything seriously coming from any sort of Tory right now, considering the mismanagement of the whole country under the Tory government as well. But on this issue, the comment is absolutely spot on when it comes to the SNP administration. It is chaotic. How are we allowing it to happen? How is there not a proper uprising in Scotland right now? Considering the majority of people in Scotland do not support the SNP, despite what the propaganda wants you to believe, where is the outrage? That's what I want to know. It's because there's no leadership. There's no real opposition leadership. So the main opposition party is now the Labour Party in Scotland. And they're not really that different. The only difference is they don't want to leave Scotland. But otherwise, the policies, the domestic policies, will be exactly the same anyway. domestic policies. Anyway, we'll keep you guys posted as usual. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.